This is a prostitute. They provide sexual services to clients in exchange for money. And this is a pimp. Someone who offers prostitutes a client base, management, protection in exchange for a cut of their earnings. This is a TV writer. They create scripts for television programs and movies in exchange for money. And they're on strike right now, demanding a fair share of the profits from the shows and movies they write. This is one of their pimps, David Zaslav, CEO of Warner Brothers, who took home $250 million last year, his cut. Okay, where am I going with this? You're probably thinking to yourself, is this guy for real? Saying writers are prostitutes and executives are pimps? No, there is a difference, but also, yes, that is what I'm saying.
Under the design of capitalism, you always have to earn less than you actually produce. Otherwise, nobody would hire you to do that work because they couldn't make any money on you. The capitalist is sort of acting as your pimp in this situation. They are providing you certain protections, certain machinery, tools probably, or they are offering you a client base.
And that arrangement works so long as the pimp is upholding his or her end of the bargain. But what happens when they don't, while still skimming millions of dollars off the top? In the case of the WGA writer strike, due to the transition from television to streaming, which means more one-off miniseries, shorter seasons, and larger gaps between seasons, writers are rarely guaranteed work for any lengthy period of time, and the median weekly pay for writers and producers has also declined 23% over the last decade while adjusting for inflation. All the while, studio profits are up 39% over the past 10 years. But hey, it's Hollywood writers. We got no sympathy for them. They're just a bunch of woke assholes demanding too much money for crappy writing. Boo-hoo, who cares? Well, I think we should all care. Why? Because remember, unless you own your own business, aka you're lucky enough to be a pimp, we're all just prostitutes, more or less. We just prostitute ourselves out for different things, and we are all beholden to our various pimps, some of whom are nicer than others. But all pimps, if they had the option and could deploy robot prostitutes to replace us, they absolutely would. And they are.
The future of artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
The development of AI may have big implications for workers as well, and it's already starting to impact jobs.
AI is coming. It's coming for all of our jobs. No job is safe. The Hollywood studios, they want to use AI to spit out a rough first draft with a few simple prompts. A heist movie in Beijing. And employ a couple of low-wage writers to, quote-unquote, punch it up. And this is my observation. Similar to previous new technologies, AI has been marketed to us, to the public, as the great equalizer, giving power to the masses. But the reality is that these technologies are almost always immediately hijacked by corporate power and compromised to serve their interests. OpenAI, the company that created ChatGPT, very quickly changed their tune about being open-sourced. Since the company's meteoric rise, it has since become closed-sourced, and as Elon Musk puts it, a maximum profit company controlled by Microsoft, the OG Silicon Valley villain. The World Economic Forum says don't fear AI. It will lead to long-term job growth. They estimate that AI will replace 85 million jobs by 2025, but will create 97 million new jobs. I just want to remind everyone of similar promises made in the past, like in 1993 when President Bill Clinton promised that NAFTA will create the world's largest trade zone.
In a few moments, I will sign the North American Free Trade Act into law. NAFTA will tear down trade barriers between our three nations. It will create the world's largest trade zone and create 200,000 jobs in this country by 1995 alone.
How did that turn out? Oh, we lost jobs, wages went down, and inequality worsened. Just like how outsourcing eliminated good manufacturing jobs from this country and decimated many communities, it's hard to imagine AI not having the same effect across dozens of industries, possibly at a much larger scale. I don't think it's any coincidence that OpenAI's Sam Altman has his billionaire bunker prepped, just in case society goes to shit. And it won't be their problem. It won't be the company's problems either. They're only optimized for their bottom line. these disgruntled and displaced workers will be the government's problem to deal with. But what happens when the government and the corporations have the same interests like they do now? Well, you get a whole lot of pissed off and desperate people with nothing to lose, which can only mean violence and societal instability. Violence on airplanes, violence in movie theaters, violence in malls, violence in schools, violence on the Capitol. So unless labor, all labor, stands together, unless we start building new alliances among the working class and redefine the relationship between capital and labor in the next decade or so, we could all end up on the streets. But hey, that's just what I believe. I want to know your thoughts. Don't hold back. Let's talk about it in the comments section. If you found this video helpful, please take a second to like it, share, subscribe to my channel, turn on that notification bell, and as always, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next week.